But you're live. I accidentally clicked it.
It's okay.
It's live now?
Yes.
Okay.
We're a minute early.
We're a little early.
A little early.
Claire mashed the button. She's a button masher.
She is. And Daddy told her not to mash
I
the
said,
button.
don't mash the button.
Don't mash the button.
And she mashed the button. Now I'm all cattywampus. I don't know. Maybe we should shut this one off and try it again.
No, just go with it.
Hey everybody, it's Brad.
And I'm Krista.
With the Big Family Homestead, and I hope that you are ready for another exciting and soon-to-be classic edition of Big Family Homestead Live.
Sunday Night Live.
Sunday Night Live, yay, the crowd goes wild, there's explosions and all kinds of mayhem. The graffiti is dropping down, not graffiti, confetti. You don't drop graffiti on somebody, you drop confetti. Yes.
Yes.
So, welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope that you guys are having a blessed evening wherever you're at. We will be exalting and lifting up moms tonight.
All moms everywhere.
All moms, all variety of mom. Not just regular moms, but irregular, new and original. They have extra crispy. No, that's chicken. No, but we're going to be talking about moms tonight. It's a mom-themed show because if you live in the United States, it's Mother's Day.
Yes.
And you're a mom.
I am.
7 times over.
Yeah. Well, 8 if I include you.
I don't know if that's fair. I
Really?
don't know if that's fair.
Really? You don't behave like a child like everybody else?
I don't know if that's fair.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I bet they would agree with me. You have to
They
go to
always
your
agree.
channel.
Anytime, huh?
You have to go to the channel.
Where? I don't know what I'm doing over here. I'm the techie nerdy guy, but for whatever reason I can't make it go to the stupid basic thing. It happens every week. And then I know to click the chat thingy.
Okay.
I go top chat, no.
No,
I go
you gotta put the chat up
live
first.
chat.
You gotta, no.
What?
Did it
What are we
backwards.
doing here?
No.
I'm turning the volume down. Why? What is with this madness?
Okay, stop. Don't touch it.
Step away from the iPad. She's getting, that's what I was
First,
doing.
No, you open it first. Then you change it to
Oh
live
my
chat.
gracious.
It's technical.
Yes, happy Mother's Day, ladies. Hey, everybody. How are you guys doing? We got off to a kind of a rocky start
A
there.
little bit. Oh, it's Mother's Day in Canada too.
Oh, wow. Happy Mother's Day. Please
Very
speak up.
cool.
It's hard to hear you. I don't know if I can speak much louder. You might want to turn your volume up on the confuser.
Yes.
So, alrighty, folks. Let's see who's here. We got Living Like Claire, Tigger Bouncing, Whitehall,
Whitetail Hollow
Acres. Two Sparrows Homestead, Amy T, Mimi Gilmore, Jay Beery, Grape Tomato Girl,
Oh, that's cute.
Kenneth Locklin, and a bunch of other people. Dolphin Gamer, what's up, guys? We are so glad you're here. I hope that you're having a blessed Mother's Day so far.
Yes. I know I am.
We did a bunch this week. What are you doing, Claire?
Turning the volume all the way up.
How can you turn the volume
You
up?
can't turn the volume up on
no,
that.
not the microphone.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? That doesn't adjust the microphone, Claire. That's
Oh,
your volume
just
for your
the speaker,
headset.
sweetie. Oh,
It's your headset volume.
yeah. Did you listen?
It's your
Hear
head.
it?
There we go. So back, like I said, we have had kind of a cattywampus start to this.
Okay, this has been 2 weeks in a row.
It-
Okay, 2 weeks in a row have been absolutely psychotic.
Oh, and you didn't turn on the logo back there.
I need the remote. Quick.
Nah, forget about it.
It's okay.
Um,
I'll turn it on.
You don't need to turn it on.
It's okay.
See, it's chaos here. So, okay, this week has been absolutely chaotic. The day before yesterday, we had our pigs. It was time for them to go and get processed. And let me tell you what, that was a chore. That was a chore that I was not mentally nor physically prepared for.
There. See? I did it.
There are 5 pigs. The smallest one was over 300 pounds.
Well, I don't know how much the other.
Camera's over there. Just trying to
Yeah.
help.
Yeah. So the smallest.
Sorry, camera's over here.
Okay.
Pigs. The final frontier. These are the voyages of the pork swine on their last journey of breathing
All right, so-
actual oxygen.
Oh my gosh. It was a nightmare. So 5 pigs went, not very willingly, into the trailer.
Yes.
But they did go into the trailer. And
It took 2.5 hours.
yeah,
With 4 grown adults.
4 grown men,
Yeah.
me, and then Hope.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was...
It was a chore. And it's a chore that I'm glad to say I probably won't be doing for at least another year, because we will have bacon aplenty.
Mhm.
We will have our tenderloins. We will have our butts. The butts.
No, those are hams. We've been told those are hams.
They don't call them butts. No? So the pigs were quite the challenge, and little homestead, Franklin, North Carolina. Plywood panels with small holes for your hands to herd them in with. We tried everything. We had a chute made of big old, 4 by 8 foot sheets of plywood. We had plywood. We had pallets. We even at one point tried a bed, like a metal bed headboard thing. And they were just too dang strong. When we would get them certain to a point, and I mean, I'm not a little guy, and I'm not weak. I mean, you could argue that I'm not the strongest guy ever, but you couldn't say, oh my gosh, Brad's so weak.
Right.
And he and I and my son Jonathan, he's pretty strong too, and he and I were both. Yeah. We had them right in there, and when they just got their mindset, I'm not going there anymore,
right.
They turned around and they would shove you right over. I could not believe.
It was, and we had to put them in the trailer one at a time. So that was because 2 of them together was a nightmare. And there were 5 pigs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a nightmare.
Yeah.
Nightmare. And thankfully the trailer was not just all open. There was a gate inside the trailer where if we got one in, we push it to the back and close the gate.
Yeah.
And then we get another one in, close the front door, open the gate, shove it back to the back, close the gate. So it was...
And you know what, in all honesty, you see those shows of guys who are like, fishing for the big catch, the marlins that jump and then they go and they swim in the thing. And it takes them hours and they'll just go, they'll reel like 2 feet and then let it go. And then they go, and reel it like 2 feet and then they let it go. And then they let the thing get worn out. I honestly think that's how we ultimately ended up doing those pigs, getting them into the truck, is that we just flat out wore them down.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
It was a nightmare. Oh my gosh. But I can tell you this, we will not do that
like that
again.
Yeah.
We'll do it completely another way. And this is not the first time we have had pigs.
Nope.
This is our 3rd set of pigs. And the first 2 were not this difficult.
No.
Not at all.
First 2 times.
No.
But things we have learned. Okay, here we go. If you're new to the channel and you're wondering, should I keep pigs? Let's talk about things you should and should not do with pigs. First of all, if you're going to let your pigs get to be a monster size, have a plan on how you're going to get them into the trailer that's this much higher than the ground. That's a good one.
That's a good start.
Good one.
Yes.
Also, don't intermingle different kinds of pigs in the same pen, because the ones are big, nice, docile ones.
Oh.
They were nice. But then when the pink ones came in that were pretty much inbred like crazy, they were not ours.
Not nice.
Not ours.
And we did the same thing with both of them. We treated them both the same.
But those pink ones were wiry.
I don't know what it was. I think it's the breed, honestly. I don't even, what breed were those? Were those Hampshires? I think they're Hampshires. But our other ones, they were Duroc crosses with, I think it was Duroc Hampshire crosses.
Hey, she's in her apron. Hello.
Hi, Kimmy.
We've been missing you.
Yeah.
We're finally live. We've got internet that kind of works.
Yeah.
So pigs,
Done.
piggly wiggly. And I'll tell you what, now, the sounds that those beasts make, it's like the sounds of screams that you would think you would hear from Mordor in Lord of the Rings. It was, I got goosebumps thinking about the way that it sounded like you were just doing horrible things to them. And it was just like you're just pushing on them and they'd get squealing. I'll tell you what, it came this close to making me not want bacon.
Right.
But I was this close,
Set 'em free.
still good. I was good enough, this close.
Well, okay, and here's something kind of funny. So the Hampshire pigs came in at the same time. So they were actually a male and female pair, but the male was fixed.
His business was
snip, yes.
yeah.
Anyhow, so when the female was in the chute, it was like a husband and wife. That boy pig was not happy that his female was getting shoved into that trailer.
Even though he didn't really have the business to seal the deal.
No. But then when, of course, they pushed through
Our barricade.
the barricade and came back into where we were at, and then we got the male going, she did the same thing. It was crazy.
Oh, and you know what? Those two pigs were the ones that escaped about a week ago.
Yes, they were. And I don't remember, was it the male or female that was difficult to get back in?
I only
don't
saw
know,
their beady, soulless eyes. That's all I saw staring at me.
I tell you
It was a
what,
nightmare. All right, I'm done talking about the pigs. We got to move on.
my blood is boiling just
Well,
thinking about it.
There you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, it has come to the part of the evening where it is shameless plug city. We are not only allowing you to go ahead and plug your own channel, plug channels that you like, plug channels that you want to have exposed to everybody. It's shameless plug city. On your mark, she's going to read as many as she can.
Yeah.
So, and then we'll do that for a minute. So, on your mark, get set, start plugging the channels you like. Tell us about yourself. On your mark, here we go. She's in her apron.
180 from average. She's in her apron. Thank you. Love my glasses. Whitney Sews, Out of Goshen, Glory Grace Farm, Two Sparrows Homesteads, Suburban Homestead, Frey Life, Trumpet News, Rain Country, Mass Faith 3, She's in Her Apron, Homesteading, The Weekend Homestead, Living on a Dime, Swedish Homestead, Half Acre Homestead,
Prepsteader Bob.
Yep, Papa Truck Prepsteader, Bob, Ellen Bloomfield, Cog Hill Farm, Alderman Farm, Keto Connect, Phillips Fam Bam, Homesteady, Two Family Homestead, Resistance Chicks, Full House Homesteaders with Homestead Mama, Alderman Farm, The Bee-ish Bee Man, Fouch Family Off Grid, Striving for Simple, The Pratt Family, Arms Family, Wrangler Star, Tiny House Prepper, Deep South Homestead, Going Batty, Noreen's Kitchen. I can see them now. The last few weeks, I haven't been able to read them, but now that I have my new glasses, I can see them better. I'm so excited.
You did great, Mama. You're keeping right up there with them.
Woo!
So you guys can keep plugging channels for now, and our channel shout out of the evening is some friends of ours, and a lot of you guys are going to know this channel just because we kind of travel in a lot of the same circles when it comes to preparedness and being as self-reliant as you can. And that is the Tiny House Prepper channel.
Yes.
You want to talk about Bill and Elizabeth?
They're awesome.
The end. That's all she's got. If you've ever been a radio or TV interviewer interviewing somebody and they're not used to being on TV, that's what happens. You'll get like that sports star and it'll be like, so you blah, 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 and ran for this and that, for that, and how'd that make you feel?
Awesome.
Good. And then they stand there waiting. Bill and Elizabeth. So, they're apparently awesome.
They are very, very sweet, godly people. I don't know what else to say. They are just amazing people.
Well, their channel, they live in a tiny house. They've got a tiny house, but they also are prepared-minded people. They consider themselves 100% preppers.
Yep.
And they're actually the folks who got us into Thrive Life, which ironically is the perfect kind of food for preppers who are in a small space. But that's a whole other story that we'll talk about in the future.
Yep.
Do me a favor, open up a new tab and go to the Tiny House Prepper channel. And if you're not already subscribed to them, give them a sub. I'll tell you what, this is what we're going to do. Watch a couple videos, and if you don't like it, you get a double your money back guarantee from me. However much you had to spend, double your money back right there if you don't like them. But go ahead and hit that sub button and check them out if you don't mind.
Yes.
We'd be very, very, very,
Very grateful.
very.
Yes.
Okay, so now, here's the scoop. Today is Mother's Day. And most of us watching have a mother or had a mother, and or are mothers, or to be mothers, or might not be mothers. Most of us. Sometimes I just actually get going to see how far I can go with it before people go, what?
What?
Really? Is he really still speaking? Mother's Day. You did a little bit of research on Mother's Day.
I did. I did some research on some famous mothers of history.
Or you going to tell them how Mother's Day came about first?
Yes, I will. There is a...
From one mother to another.
Oh, that's funny. There was a woman back in the early 1900s, and her name was Anne Jarvis, and she was, okay, I didn't read a lot about this, but I believe she helped out with the, I'm not going to say anything because I can't remember.
The rooster fighting?
Yes. No.
She was big into the rooster fighting.
However, she had 13 children, but only 4 of them survived. But one of her daughters, Anna Jarvis, from reading all of her mother's letters, decided she wanted to be an advocate to invent Mother's Day. And so in 1908, Anna Jarvis invented Mother's Day. Sorry.
What?
I have to talk to the camera and not you.
Oh, I actually was just making a hand gesture.
Oh, okay. So
I just won't look at you. I'll go like this.
Anna Jarvis invented Mother's Day in 1908, and then Woodrow Wilson made it a U.S. holiday in 1914?
Yes.
1914.
However,
Yes.
she didn't like it so much.
No.
As it started to grow in popularity,
And commercialized.
money, 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 she realized it was not exactly the way that she had intended it to be set up.
Right, so she was actually trying to get it off the calendar.
So I guess it would be the way back when version of unfriended.
Yes.
We want to be unfriended with Mother's Day.
Right, right.
So she was the originator. But you did find some, great big mothers of history. The big mothers. The big mothers of history.
Stop
We bring you the goods, the big mothers. The most famousest mothers in history. I feel like we should have some kind of an intro for that.
You done?
Mothers,
Oh my
I'm
God.
gonna make you a offer. Save that one for last.
Yes, I was going to, but I wanted to put her first, so I didn't forget.
Oh, I gotcha.
So there's a few mothers that stood out to me as I was doing my research. Abigail Adams, the wife of John Adams, who was the second president.
He was a president
He was second president.
of these
And
United States.
mother of the 6th president, John Quincy Adams.
He was a president.
She was an amazing woman. She was very tolerant of her husband.
Tolerant. Maybe that means I'll be president one day.
Yeah.
It'd have to be a weird club for me to be voted president. Like, we know the guy. He's the guy. Get him over here.
Oh my gosh.
Well, then again, who would have thought, your fired guy would be president? But that's a whole nother story. So, Abigail Adams was awesome.
She was really awesome. She helped her husband tremendously in all that he did and supported him wholeheartedly, even though he was gone for half their marriage. I
Yeah.
mean, he was off in Philadelphia and Boston for so much time of their marriage, but she still helped him, and he sought her advice frequently in writing his speeches and letters and things like that. And
Well, and he spent time overseas more than once too.
many years.
In France?
He took John Quincy
Yep.
over to France, and they were gone for
Years.
years, 10 plus years. It was. If you want to know more about that, there's an
There's a
HBO TV series that was.
It's great. And
Amazing.
I usually, when somebody says, you know, HBO's involved in something that's actual historical, I usually go, la 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 la,
Oh,
step
no,
away
this
from that
one-
person because they don't know what they're talking about.
This one was awesome.
But historically, this was accurate, and it's called John Adams, and it is powerful, and it's awesome. And to the mother involved, to Abigail, I don't remember the actress's name that played.
Laura Linney. She did a
Really,
fantastic job.
really good.
Yeah.
And I can't even fathom the times, to live in the times of the forming of our nation, because everything was just 10 times more difficult.
Yes. Oh yes.
You know, we take for granted picking up a cell phone and calling somebody or sending a text or even, and being in a revolution and forging the backbone of our country. She was a strong woman. She was a strong woman. So,
Yeah.
to you, Abigail Adams, hats off.
Yes.
What other mothers we got?
Well, there's Marie Curie. She was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize.
She's got a good wax museum.
No.
That's not her?
No.
Okay.
Irene Sendler. She is a Polish employee who smuggled 2,500 Jewish children out of the Warsaw Ghetto.
Oh, in World War II.
Yes.
Wow.
2,500. That's 2,500 children. That's amazing.
She smuggled them?
And she smuggled them out of the Warsaw Ghetto.
Warsaw.
Sorry, we live near Warsaw. The Warsaw Ghetto, and then had them placed with Christian homes.
That's impressive.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, she had them like one under each arm at a time. She had to shuttle them back and forth.
No.
No. Nancy.
Nancy Edison. She is the mother of 7 children. The youngest being Thomas Alva Edison. And she decided to homeschool him when the public school decided he was deemed mentally ill. I'm thinking they were wrong.
Well, Edison, okay, to set history a little more right, Edison was a wicked smart man. He was wicked smart.
He was dyslexic, though.
Yes. He definitely has a lot of great inventions to his name.
Yeah.
But when it came down to the AC current versus DC current battle with Nikola Tesla, he did some pretty scoundrelly things.
Yes.
He
But we're
even-
talking about mothers.
Oh,
not,
sorry.
Not him.
Stay focused.
We're talking
Stay
about
focused.
his mother,
His mom.
who really stepped up to the plate and said to the school, "No, you're not going to do that to my child," and put them in a little box.
Yeah.
I'm going to teach him myself.
So nagging does get you places. Helicopter mom. She was a helicopter mom back in the day, and we would not have had the light bulb without it.
Oh my gosh.
Without the light bulb, we'd be in the dark. See?
Pills, Garth.
I hope it's obvious that we're just joking.
We are just joking. Okay.
Oh, here's a big one.
Okay,
She's a big mother.
Okay, can I read my list, please?
Go.
Okay, so Elizabeth Cady Stanton, she was a leader in the women's suffrage movement and the abolition movement. So that's, I mean, they accomplished a lot. I mean, women would not be able to vote now if it were not for her and many other women. And then the other one that I found was Alberta King. And if anybody knows who Alberta King is, she is the mother of Martin Luther King Jr. So.
There is a lot of good mothering right there.
On this page, right here.
So if you need a list, we'll
There
mail
is.
it to you.
Oh, there's
Now.
plenty of them online.
Yeah. Yeah, now, so here's the scoop. Out of all the mothers in all of history, though, I think the one that stands out the most to me, she kind of got a raw deal in a lot of ways.
Well, and we haven't mentioned this particular mother.
Not yet.
No.
Who do you think would be our pick for the ultimate mom of moms? That's not your own mom. You
Right.
can't pick your own
Yeah,
mom.
you can't pick your own mother. However, she is the mother of all mothers.
What?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Whatever.
So, okay.
No.
Yeah, no. Joke VV1 got it.
Mary, absolutely.
Mother of Jesus.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
She is.
But she got a raw deal. Everybody else knows who. Abigail Adams, her first and last name. Mary Curry, Iron Sendler,
Arlene
Right.
Sendler.
Nancy Edison, and all those other people. She only gets one name. How'd that happen?
I don't think they had many names then.
I think they had more distinguishing qualities than just that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Mary.
I think you actually still have some.
Do I have dirt on me?
Nose.
We were riding ATVs today, and we both showered before we got on here, but
Yeah.
the dirt is just saturating.
Yeah.
So, yeah, how the heck did she end up with just that?
That way people couldn't find her.
Yeah.
Claire said that way people couldn't find her.
Well, now here's the question. Okay, we don't know a whole lot about Jesus' childhood, early adolescence. We don't know a whole lot. But do you ever wonder, do you think he was like, not sinful, don't get me wrong, but do you ever think he was ever like mischievous and maybe used some of his,
No, I don't think
to
so.
like run really fast to get away from something, or,
No.
you know, when nobody's looking, he could walk across the water as a shortcut?
Well, I mean,
No.
he was fully human, so I'm sure.
I would be
was
tempted.
Okay, and did she spank him?
Yeah. How do you do that?
Did he spank Jesus?
Or did he just
The
forgive her in
Savior
advance?
of the world.
Did he just forgive her in advance? I know what you're gonna do. It's okay.
Oh my gosh.
So, oh, here we go. Franklin, North Carolina. Mary had a last name. Little Lamb, not the same one.
No. No.
But anyway, so you gotta wonder, did they strike deals?
Oh my gosh.
He's like, Mary, Joseph, look, we gotta talk about a few things.
Gosh.
I had to sit his parents down and explain a couple things.
Good Lord.
You know the universe? That was me.
That was me.
That was me.
Right.
You guys are doing a good job, but let's talk about some parenting.
I want to ask him one day. I'd be like, "How was this like?"
Yeah, no kidding. So,
Okay, Will at the weekend home said he would turn water into more juice boxes for everyone.
there you go.
Yes.
Mary's like, I swear I only packed 3. They keep
Just
coming.
keep coming.
They keep
It's
coming
like
out.
our van. You know, the kids just keep coming out of the van.
There you go.
That's funny.
So, to mothers everywhere, we salute you. We thank you.
Yes.
But now, to your mothers, you guys out there, does anybody have something you could type very short that would be like a funny moment that your mom did that you could share with the crew?
I can't. I won't be able to.
No funny moments?
I know I can't.
I got a funny moment.
You got a funny moment. You can share.
I got a funny moment.
Yeah.
This was long before I put my faith in Jesus Christ, so forgive me for what I am going to tell you, because it did happen, and I did seek forgiveness,
Oh,
and
wait,
I was
wait.
forgiven.
Disclaimer: children, if you're listening, because I know Dolphin Gamer is young. If you're listening,
Plug
do
your ears for the next-
not just mute. Just hit mute right now. Do not listen to this next few minutes.
The next 40 seconds.
Right.
So when I was about 10 or 11, I don't know why my mom was talking about practical jokes, but she had a friend over and my older sister and another lady, and they were laughing and talking about different practical jokes they did to people as a kid or to their, friends or whatever. And she told this story about how if you lift up the seat on the toilet, you can put cellophane on the bowl and make it nice and tight so you don't see the ripples or anything, and then you put the seat back down, and then the innocent victim,
who comes
victim,
to use the restroom.
victim, will then make a mess. So, in my 10 or 11-year-old brain, I thought, this is a great idea. This is fabulous. So I proceeded to go get the saran wrap. But what you don't know is that at the time, my dad was a musician. Meaning he worked at night, he played, you know, at the local nightclubs and, you know, wherever. He played at a bunch of places. But he would get home at like 2 or 3 in the morning. And I thought, okay, well, I'll just put this on here and I'll get my dad good. Not even thinking in my stupid brain that there will be repercussions after dad pees all over the floor at 3 in the morning. But what I did not know was that I went and put it in, I got it all ready to go, and then probably about an hour later I hear this screaming caterwauling coming from the bathroom, and my mom she was hot, man. She goes, Brad! She was hot.
Could she really blame you?
I got off because it was her idea.
Right.
So
Wow.
I did repent. I did seek forgiveness. And I did have to clean up the pee.
Ha ha ha.
Yeah. Okay, so here's one. Let's read this. My mom threatened me. Beth Richards says, my mom threatened me, told me when I was have kids she would give me the curse, that they'd be as bad as I was. She was right. Now I passed on that curse to my 2 daughters.
I think every parent does that. I know that
Yeah.
that mom has told us that, and
She said that about me. And so far, it's working.
yeah.
The curse has been passed down. The baton has passed. And so, what about, what was your favorite meal that mom would make? Favorite meal. What's your favorite meal, guys?
She had lots that I have learned how to make and now make them for our family. Christmas meat, prime rib,
Shepherd's pie, Vern says.
shepherd's pie was another one she made. It was really good. There is this meal that mom would make, and it's called mock chicken legs.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's not chicken at all.
Which
but
is weird.
It's cubes of pork and veal, and you put them on a skewer, on small skewers like this, so it looked like a little chicken leg, right? Then you would roll it in egg and then breadcrumbs, and then you would deep fry it.
Pan fry.
Pan fry. Yes, not deep fry, pan fry. And then you'd make this amazing gravy, mashed potatoes, veggie, you know. And that was another one of my favorite. It was a real tedious,
Piddly.
yeah, that was her word. It was a real piddly meal, but she would make it for us, you know, when we'd ask for it on a special occasion. So that was one of my favorite ones that she made, and I haven't made that one for a long time. So.
Mike DeFazio, it says orzo soup and meatballs.
Ooh.
Wow, that sounds good. There's a lot of great looking recipes coming through this chat, guys.
Oh yeah.
Roast beef, Salisbury steak, Florida homesteader. I love Salisbury steak.
Yeah,
Oh
Mom
my
would
gracious.
make chicken dumpling soup, and we took her recipe and made
Made it
chicken
our
dumpling
own.
soup our own. Yeah.
Yeah, what would be mine? What would be the thing I would say? Oh, I know what it is, without a doubt. And this, we never got it very often. It would be every other year or even more just because it was very expensive. And Mom's prime rib.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, when they were having a good financial year and things were doing well,
Yeah.
she would get a prime rib and we'd have it for Christmas dinner. And oh man, I seriously would. I don't even know.
We'd make ourselves sick on it. It was so
It
good.
was just perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, you never got it a lot, but that was the thing.
Yeah.
That was it. And then the normal day-to-day stuff, chicken dumpling soup. Chicken dumpling soup. She made that all the time, and it was great.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Prep Sitter Bob says, my mom was a killer cook. She cooked, you died. I probably should have read that comment first before I spoke it.
Nice. That's funny.
Generally, read the comment, then speak it.
Right. Right.
Franklin, North Carolina, fried chicken or beef scallopini. Beef
Yum.
scallopini sounds
Yum.
good.
Chicken fried steak with milk gravy.
But what about treats? You know, cookies. Cookies. You know, desserts. Because I know the one that we probably would go for the It's a staple at our house now.
Well, there's a couple.
Potato chip cookies.
Okay, well then those and the frosted pecan couplets. Those two go
Well, you
hand
got to
in hand.
describe it because they don't know
Okay.
what it is.
A frosted pecan couplet is a shortbread-ish type cookie rolled in egg whites and then rolled in pecans. Well, you bake them and then you press down in the center so it kind of makes a little dimple in there. Then you have a buttercream frosting and you mix that up and
It's to die for.
it's milk, it's powdered sugar, it's butter,
It's to die for.
yeah. And then you put that on the cookie once it cools and it is just so creamy, and even after a week, if they last that long, they're still so soft. They're so good. Anyway.
I'm looking at some of these recipes, and you got to see when we mentioned the
Milk tart?
sweets. Oh, people
Yeah.
just came milk tart. That sounds interesting.
What's a milk tart?
What's a milk tart? I want one.
I want one.
That sounds lovely. I'd love a milk tart
Yeah.
with a saucer of milk. Some Boston brown bread, snickerdoodle cookies. Oh
I love
yeah, white.
snickerdoodles.
Okay, strawberry rhubarb pie.
Yes.
You made some pie today, because today is not only Mother's Day, it's also our daughter Hope's birthday.
Right. She was asking for the apple pie that I make. She loves it. And I also made sugar cream pie. So
Sugar cream pie is ridiculous.
it's, yeah, stupid good.
It's so sweet that you almost don't want to eat it, but then it just kind of gets creamy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to describe.
It's made with cream, half and half, sugar, vanilla, and cornstarch. It's easy. And then butter. Sorry. So it's not a healthy pie, but you
No.
only have a small sliver, and that lasts you a while. So.
South African tart type of milk cream tart with cinnamon on top. That's what that
Please
is.
send us that recipe.
That recipe sounds like I should
would love
eat
to
it.
try that.
My inner fat guy just jumped a little bit
Yeah.
when I read that description.
Oh, Truthfication Chronicle says, love sugar cream pie. We call it poor man's pie. I'd never heard it called that.
I have.
Oh, have you?
I have.
What are you doing?
Caramel apple cheesecake. Oh my gosh.
Oh, yummy.
You know what? Okay, since we're talking about mothers, you happen to be one,
I think so.
generally speaking,
Generally.
and specifically. Specifically, generally, you are a mother. What would our kids say is one of the sweets that you make that they love?
Probably the same as ours. The potato chip cookies and the frosted pecan couplets. Pecan pie.
I would like to add
Oh.
one to it.
Pecan pie, yes.
Claire's saying pecan pie.
Yeah.
We don't get this very often, but when we do, it is epic. Carrot cake.
Oh, yeah. Carrot cake and cinnamon rolls.
And here's the truth.
Yeah.
What we did is we actually took Emerald Lagasse's carrot cake recipe and we tweaked it.
Yeah. It's
We made it our own,
ridiculous.
but his was the starter and it is silly.
Yeah.
Okay, so there we go. To moms everywhere, we say we love you,
Yes.
we thank you,
Yes.
we appreciate you.
Yes.
Quick thing. Oh yeah, you know what else?
No.
Our anniversary's in 2 days.
It is.
25 years.
Yes. Awesome. Fist bump. Yep.
Made it.
And we're going to be gone next weekend.
Well,
Gone like 5 miles from the house.
we got a little getaway planned.
Yes. Yes.
A little thingy. We're gonna ride the ATVs, and there's some resorts that like do the chef cooking and.
And like a B&B. That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to go to a B&B and, have dinner and hang out and have breakfast and then go for another ATV ride and go to another B&B. So,
Well, yeah,
it's
and
going to be fun.
it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
And then, well, I have other plans, but you'll find out about that maybe afterwards.
Okay.
So,
News to me.
yeah, anniversary stuff, Hope's birthday. We got a big week coming. And, quick thing. For all of you guys who are our patron friends, the little patron deal, thank you. We're so very grateful. We don't have a chance to email everybody directly. just because there's a lot of you guys, and we would not be able to do stuff like
Right.
going on ATV rides for our anniversary
Right.
without your help.
Right.
So we are very grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, what else we got on our list? I think we're not going to talk about that today. I was going to go there, but it's already 20 till.
Yeah, no.
You know, and I'm not going to go there either. That's going to get a little deep.
Okay.
I
Let's
think.
just play the game.
We'll do
Oh, wait.
some, you know what we need to do is we need to talk about that real quick.
Okay, and that?
I will.
Okay.
We're going to talk about something we're doing for the community here in just a little bit.
Yeah.
But you guys know, and I promise we'll keep this short, you guys know that we're Thrive Life consultants, and we have a deal going on this month.
Yes. Yep.
And Mama, tell them about the deal.
Tell them what they want.
Yeah.
No, excuse me. If you decide you want to be a Thrive Life consultant, and you sign up at the Business Builder Kit, you will receive
In the month of May.
In the month of May, and
And-
you have your deliveries set to deliver to you in the month of May. We will send you a chef pack.
Yep, and that's another $115 worth of food. So if you do the math, you're getting a really, really good deal by signing up as a consultant,
Right.
because it's basically like slashing the price by over 30%.
Exactly.
Because Thrive Life will send you your goodies, and then we, out of the kindness of our own heart,
We'll send you.
we'll send you
goodies
more
as well.
goodies.
Right, and the Business Builder Kit that you get is not just all papers and things like that. It's actually food.
Most of it's
So
food.
yeah, there is some business materials in there and an apron, which I really like.
I'd rather you send me more beans.
More beans, yeah. So yeah, it's got a lot of yummy, delicious things in there.
So there it is. The links are down below. If you want information, you can just go ahead and email me. It's info.bigfamilyhomestead@gmail.com. That'll be down below too.
Right.
And then if you want to sign up, there's also an email down there. And don't miss out on this killer deal.
Right.
Okay, commercial's over.
Well, Skyclad Faye was asking, do we ship overseas? It depends on where. Canada,
Mostly no.
Puerto Rico, Japan
That's
is
it.
pretty much it.
Yeah.
And then the continental U.S.
Unfortunately, they're working on getting into other countries,
Yeah.
but it's a bigger to do than I thought. Because
Yeah.
we've talked to some of the upper echelon, you know, the president of the company and whatever. But they don't. They actually freeze dry the food in the country that it's going to be distributed in. So there's a freeze drying facility here in the United States for the United States. There's a freeze drying facility, you know, wherever they're going to branch out to. So it's quite a big to do. It's not a matter of just shipping,
Right.
because they have to keep the shipping costs low, or else it just doesn't work as a business.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's it. If you're interested in more info, email. We will talk to you.
Yeah.
Okay. So time for our fun game.
And I have no idea what questions he has.
This
on there,
game,
so-
this game is a game of ESP, and you guys have to divine what would be the answer that we would actually say is the truth on these cards. So I'm going to show you something, and Christa has not read any of these,
I have no idea.
and I think most of them are for her anyway. Okay. So I'm going to show you this, and then you're going to try to determine what Christa would say, all right? As a mom, I can't stand it when the kids blank.
No.
As a mom, I can't stand it when the kids blank. What would Christa say goes in that spot? Make a mess. Don't eat, says Vern. Fight. Christa, your glasses look great. That's
Thank you.
not what we're looking for
No,
this time.
but thank you.
Fight. Ooh, sounds good. Argue. Argue, yell. Pick their nose, says Troy. Don't do their schoolwork. Fight. Get sick. Fight.
Imitate their father.
Mike. Mike, we gotta talk. All right, blame their father. Now we're talking, Tina. Thank you. Get this straight.
Okay.
What would you say?
Okay, there are a couple. One of them being leaving a mess.
Don't leave a mess.
Don't leave a mess. And the other one, arguing.
Fight.
Arguing is one of my huge irritations because it happens constantly.
Fight.
There's no physical fighting. They don't do that. They
Yeah,
just
David's out of the house. David's out of the house.
Gonna explode. And it's, and most of the time it's really,
Petty stuff.
it's very petty.
Mm-hmm.
You need to let this dog out. And I let that dog out last
Why
time.
are you looking at me that way?
Yeah.
All right. So, calm down. Your pills, Garth, your pills. Okay. So we got another one. She doesn't know what's on here. So on your market set, here's the question that you're going to fill in the answer for. Mom's favorite thing to relax is blank. Mom's favorite thing to relax is blank. What is it? What in the heck could it possibly be? Type like the wind, kids. Crochet, 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 YT, foot rub, Netflix, crochet, 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 take bath, crochet, knitting, bath, maybe crocheting in the bath. That would
No.
work.
No, that would not work.
Electric crocheting in the
No.
bath. No.
No. Okay.
We're going to ignore Prep Setter Bob because he's childish and that is inappropriate.
Bob.
Not 30 acres, says Phoebe.
Milking the cow.
No.
ATV? All right, what say you, mom of 7
well,
children?
I like ATVing. However, what I really like to do to relax is watch my murder shows with headphones on
In her cage, in her sanctuary.
and crochet.
So there you have it. We got 2 more, guys. Okay, this one's for me, and then we'll finish up Mama's one last. So this is your figuring out me. So keep it clean, Prep Setter Bob.
Oh my goodness
You know,
gracious.
He drives one of those vans that make you go, keep my kids away from it.
Stop. He
Whatever.
does not.
I'm just saying, whatever. That's not true. Okay,
No, it's not true.
but maybe it is.
No, it is
I
not.
don't know. So, all right, this is for me. My mom thought I'd blank when I'm older.
I know the answer to that one.
My mom thought I'd blank
Answer that question.
when I am older. Don't. No. Let them.
No, not. No,
What?
this
Doesn't
question.
involve Dad.
It's not about you, hon.
Okay, be in jail. Norma got it.
Norma
right
got it.
off the bat.
Yeah,
That is true.
that is true.
When I was about 14, I did not have the love of Jesus in my heart. I was not
No.
being made
He was
whole
not
yet.
being very godly.
I was
Let's just
not.
say that.
And my mom, I remember many a time when she'd be on the phone
With grandma.
with grandma going, I don't know what to do with this kid. He's going to blah, 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 blah. And lo and behold, I actually ended up being a minister of the gospel for most of my adult life.
Well, you're not saying what grandma said.
My grandma said, no, that kid's going to be a minister.
She knew it.
And that's what I did, well, have been doing, and are doing for most of my life.
Right.
So ain't that something? I've got no joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. No. Okay. Bad Brad, says Phoebe. Super wise grandma, Mike
Yes.
DeFazio.
That she is one woman I wish I could have gotten to meet. She passed away before Brad and I met, so.
Ruth is her namesake.
Well,
And mom's middle name.
And mom's, yeah, she's named after mom and grandma.
Yeah. All right, last one, guys. Grandma knew how to pray. That's probably the truth. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, now, she doesn't know what's about ready to happen to her.
Oh, God.
Okay,
Isn't that the story of my life?
do not look.
Okay.
Okay, as you're giving birth to our first baby boy, David, and that first pang of pain comes over you, Christa thinks or says blank. What does Christa think during the first baby being born as that first bit of pain.
Are you going to answer this question? Because I don't know.
I
You were
wasn't
there.
But I didn't do it.
No,
it wasn't me.
Oh,
No more kids.
Oh no, another Brad.
Another Brad.
Close, no. Well,
Make it stop. I must be crazy. Brad, you're never touching me again. Oh, let's keep it clean,
I
people.
don't think that happened.
Yeah. This is actually a true, okay.
You did this to me.
This is a true thing that my sister told
You
me.
have to do this?
Hey, hon. This is a true thing that happened to my sister.
Okay, you shouldn't tell this story.
I can tell it clean.
Okay.
I can tell it clean.
No, you can't tell this story clean. No, you cannot.
You're right, I can't.
No, don't.
You're right.
Sorry, guys.
That's
you
another
cannot
day.
tell this story.
There would be no curse words, it's just not good.
No, it's just not family friendly.
It's not good. You're right. You are correct.
It's not a girl.
Okay, so what were you thinking and or saying?
Well, I don't remember.
I remember why. They had her higher than a kite.
I was on drugs.
You know what she actually said?
The prescribed kind.
Okay, I have to give a little backstory so this will make sense.
Oh my gosh.
During this period of our lives, we both worked at a stained glass manufacturing catalog company. You would, if you were into stained glass, you would get this catalog and you'd buy stained glass, or you'd buy lamps, or you'd buy cutting tools, or you'd buy saws that could cut.
Oh, I was like, where are you going with this?
Saws that could cut glass, and you would build stained glass things. So it was like a mail order stained glass place.
Well,
there is a lady who is the guru of all stained glass tutorial videos, and they would sell these videos there.
Yes.
And her name was Vicki Payne, which is ironic.
Yeah.
That it's window pane.
P-A-Y-N-E. Yeah.
So Christa doesn't know what she said because she was gone. Her mind was blown.
They had given me pain meds. I think it was Stadol actually, which I don't think they do that anymore. I think they've outlawed it.
So
I don't know.
she's there having no problem with anything.
No.
And she goes, Vicki Payne.
She's on the TV.
She's on the TV. And the
I
TV was not
I was
on.
going to say, I don't think the TV was on. And Mom was there with us.
She's like, what are you talking
She's
about?
like, you're nuts.
Vicki Payne. She's on the TV. So there it is. Sorry, David. She was not thinking great thoughts. She was not probably thinking much at all.
Nope. No.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to draw this broadcast to a close very soon. But before we do, Will, over at the Weekend Homestead, he's coming up next. He's actually done a lot of effort and put in a lot of work to get his show up tonight because it's Mother's Day. So if you don't mind, go on over there and check him out. I believe he's got some costumes and some finger puppets, and there's going to be a salami and pate bake-off. So, and it's also a very special day because it's not only Mother's Day, it's his birthday.
It's also his birthday.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So you gotta at least go over there and say hi.
Yeah.
Gotta go say hi. But before we go, you guys, I wonder sometimes when we thank you, when we say thank you, and we're honestly grateful for you guys showing up and the kind words and the comments and watching the videos and the support for like patron stuff, and when you buy the Thrive stuff, we are truly, honestly grateful. And I wonder if you guys just think it's fluff.
No, it's not though. From the bottoms of our hearts, we are truly grateful for every single one of you.
And it's weird because we haven't met a lot of you guys, but when we do meet you, everybody's like, well, I know all about you. And we're like, well,
yeah,
tell me about you.
Great. Yeah, you know about us. Tell us about you. But it's, yeah.
So we are truly grateful. And so thank you. And now we are a family who are believers. And we would not be doing this unless we could share with you what has changed us and made us into the people we are. But we also realize that I don't believe God is the kind of God that comes and whacks you over the head and says, shut up, sit down, and I'll force you to do this. So for those of you who may want to move on and say goodnight, that's cool, but we're going to say a quick prayer here. So there you are, forewarned. On your mark, set, let's enter the throne room. Father God, thank you so much for these people. Lord, I just ask that you would bless each and every one of these folks, and that you would just show them more of who you are and how deeply you love them. Let them know, Lord, that even though sometimes things get crazy and hard, that you will never leave, you will never forsake, you are always there, and that you want to bring them home. You want to draw them close to you. I thank you so much for the way that you bless us, Lord, and I ask that you pour your blessing out on these folks. It's in Jesus' name we ask these things. Amen. Alrighty, guys. Thank you. And that's when Claire remembers that she's got to go press the button.
Every.
I always forget.
Here she comes. Why don't you climb over the table? That'd be good.
No.
No?
No.
No? There goes Claire. Say bye, Claire. Put your face in the thing.
Bye, Claire.
Put your face in the thing. What?